Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Michalowski from ForexLive.com. Today's date is December 11th, 2023. This is the Kickstart video. It's Monday as well, so we'll kickstart the trading week with a look at three of the major currency pairs. We'll start with the euro versus US dollar, so let's get started. Looking at the euro versus US dollar on the hourly chart here, what we saw in trading on Friday was lots of volatility. The price did move to the new session lows for the week. That low came in near this low going back to, I guess that's November 9th, and then we had another swing area right through here before the market raced to the upside, and we returned back to that area. It was a minor target around the 107.24.25 level, and the price did find support buyers, and we've traded up and down volatile for the rest of the trading day into the close. Also, with the move to the upside, we moved above and below the 100-day moving average. That's this blue overlaid line here, and that has continued in trading here today with price moving below and moving back above and moving back below. We're currently just above that moving average at 1.07599. Also in play is a 50% midpoint. That midpoint is of the move up from this low going back to, I guess, this is November 1st. The November 1st low to the November high right here. The 50% comes in at 1.0766. Finally, in play is the falling 100-hour moving average. That's this blue line right here. And as you can see, in the high price in trading here today did find willing sellers against that level. Early against that level, I should say, and the price has rotated back to the downside. So with the high price from last Thursday, also approaching that 100-hour moving average, finding sellers, and now again here today finding sellers. It's keeping a lid on the pair, and that's going to be a key barometer for traders today and going forward. As long as the price remains below the 100-hour moving average, guess what? The bias remains more to the downside for this pair. If it were to move above that level and stay above that level, guess what? That would be a more positive outlook from a technical perspective, at least in the short term. Okay, in the short term, there'd be work to do. For instance, we need to get above this level right here. What's the importance of this level? Well, if we go back in time and look at this low right here and this low right here, I'm going to switch it to an arrow and here. And then we broke below the level and used that level as resistance here. And in trading on Thursday, the price moved above that level, tested the 100-hour moving average, and then reestablished resistance against the level. So you see the importance of 1.0803. 100-hour moving average, 1.08038, and then we look at the 200-day moving average. It's the green line on the chart. Those would be the targets on the upside if the price is going to go in that direction. But we need to get above the 100-hour moving average. Absent that and staying below the 100-day moving average, you look toward the 25 level, look toward the 61.8% retracement. We'll go from there on the downside. So that's our look at the euro versus US dollar. Let's take a look at the dollar versus yen next, and then we're going to look at the 4-hour chart for this currency pair. And remember, last week we saw this big, huge move to the downside. There was speculation that USDJPY was shifting his bias up, perhaps more to a tightening bias, and that sent the dollar versus yen sharply to the downside. The yen rising sharp to the upside. But as the week Thursday and Friday came on, we started to get some more. Well, maybe he didn't really mean that, and there was a Reuters article today or over the weekend that sort of put to bed that idea that he was really implying that we're going to start to tighten rates sooner rather than later. That's not the case, and so we saw continued move to the upside, and the yen is the weakest of the major currencies. When the dollar yen goes higher, guess what? The yen goes lower, and against not only the dollar but also all the other major currency pairs. So we're seeing continued rotation to the upside here, and in the process, we're moving toward the 50% midpoint of the sharp move to the downside that we saw from the November high to the low price here. Again, this is a 4-hour chart. 50% retracement comes in at 146.770, and that's going to be our next target on the top side on further momentum in that direction. If we get above that level, then we'll start to look toward the 100-bar moving average on the 4-hour chart and the 100-day moving average. Those are these two moving averages right through here. Those would be the targets on further upside momentum. And I would expect that we'd see some pretty good resistance against those areas. After all, you see this 100-day moving average here. It held resistance here, 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 and here. So that would be the key target. I would expect sellers against that level with the price moving back to the downside. Now, If we do, we aren't near that level. We still need to get above the 50% retracement and then above those moving averages. So if the price were to move back below the 38.2% retracement of this move to the downside at 145.56, then that would be more bearish, and we'd expect further probing to the downside, maybe toward this swing area right through here around the 144.40 to 54 level. Finally, let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar, and we'll look at the hourly chart here. And remember, the euro versus US dollar was approaching the 100-hour moving average chart, and the sterling versus US dollar has a similar picture in that Thursday's high came against that 100-hour moving average, following willing sellers. And in trading today, though, the price did move above its 100-hour moving average of 125.75, and we're currently above that level at 125.80. That's going to be a key barometer. Unfortunately, we've traded above and below because we did find resistance against the low of this swing area right here on the first test up here. So we did find willing sellers against that level at 125.89. But if the price now can keep the bullish bias above the 100-hour moving average at 125.75 and get through the 89 level and then the 126.02 level and then the 200-hour moving average, all those levels would be the next targets on further upside momentum for this currency pair. That would be more bullish. Right now, the bulls are trying to take more control again after moving to the downside through here, but we'll see if they can continue that move, that run to the upside with by staying above the 100-hour moving average. As we see, we're trading above and below it right now. Watch this level on the downside, break back below the 125.58, and we could see further downside probing. We've been above that level now for the last 5 or 6 hours here, so move back below that level would not be viewed by the buyers with much love. My name is Greg Mikulowski. Good fortune with your trading. Bye-bye now.